Hey everybody, I wanted to make a quick video going over some of the content for Lab 3 and 4 just after reviewing your quizzes. I wanted to just clear up some things, particularly around the vessels surrounding the heart. So if we start with the aorta coming off of the heart. So here we're looking at the thoracic cavity. You can see that this is the anterior view of the heart, not just because it's in the chest cavity, but because the apex is pointing over to the left. We have the aorta very prominent right here in front of us, the pulmonary trunk right beside it. The superior vena cava sits furthest back. So an acronym that I was taught that I like is CAT, cava, aorta, trunk. And so that kind of helps you to organize these three vessels. So I'm just going to close out these. Sorry, they distract me. So if we're looking here at our aorta, what's important to remember is that the aorta is the distributing artery from the heart to the body. And it needs to basically gets divided into the upper body and the lower body. And once we get into the lower body, we go into the abdomen and the pelvis, as well as the legs. But to get to the head and the arms, we have these three branches here, 1, 2, and 3. So if we're going over to the right side, we can see that we start with this one vessel, the brachiocephalic trunk. Okay. So the brachiocephalic trunk is an artery. So if you call it the brachiocephalic artery, I'll give you credit for that as well. But what happens is the brachiocephalic artery is going to be supplying the right side of the head and the neck and the right arm. The left side doesn't have this trunk. The left side immediately splits into the carotid and the subclavian. The vessels go into the left side of the head and neck and the left arm. But for the right side, we have this trunk that we have to deal with first. So the brachiocephalic trunk is going to split. It's going to split into the right subclavian artery. There's a better one of it. You can see the right subclavian artery, and then the right common carotid artery. And I'll have to go to a different view on that, and I don't want to do that just yet. So the brachiocephalic trunk splits off to the right and the right common carotid artery. The left side doesn't have to have that. The left side just has a left subclavian artery, this third branching off the aorta. That's the left subclavian artery that's going right through there. If we want to go up to the head and neck, let me do this. We can see that we have our brachiocephalic trunk. We saw the subclavian arteries, and now this is the branch for the right common carotid to go to the head and neck, as well as the left common carotid. There we go. You can see that coming off the aorta. So second branch off of the aorta is that left common carotid artery. So right side, left side, they do mirror each other, just the right side has the brachiocephalic trunk first. So the other thing that I wanted to go into, and I'm going to go jump back to the thorax, we're going to switch to veins, so we can see these vessels as they're coming back. Because even though the artery, there's only the brachiocephalic artery for the right side, both sides have brachiocephalic veins. So you have a left brachiocephalic vein and a right brachiocephalic vein. Okay. These two veins, the brachiocephalic, brachio arm, cephalic head, the brachiocephalic veins for both the right and the left side, when they come together, they form the superior vena cava. So remember, when you're looking at the blue vessels, you're looking at the veins. Veins come together and get larger. Arteries split and get smaller. So it's important to know, okay, you're looking at veins, they're blue, they're coming together and they're joining. So the two brachiocephalic veins, left and right, join to form the superior vena cava. Well, what forms the brachiocephalic veins? You can see two vessels right here coming together, forming these brachiocephalic veins. Well, brachiocephalic, head and neck, or head and arm. So brachio, this is your internal jugular vein, and then here's the subclavian vein coming together. So this is your right subclavian vein, your right internal jugular form the right brachiocephalic vein. And I should be able to follow that back. Of course, I cannot. Here we go. Your subclavian veins, and then you have, okay, so it's not going to let me highlight the internal jugulars. That's okay. You can see your subclavian veins joining with these internal jugulars. I bet if I go here, yep, great, I can do that. And then again, those are forming the brachiocephalic veins. Okay, so it's all with veins about coming together. Those were just some things that I saw kind of with this lab that stood out to me. The other thing that I want to look at, actually, let's just go straight to the forearm and the hand. Y'all did pretty good with these. Important to remember that when we're naming the arteries and the veins, a lot of times it's named after the side of the hand. So if we're looking at a vessel that's moving along the lateral forearm, along the thumb side, that's the radial side. If it's going along the medial pinky side, that's the ulnar side. So when we have arteries that are going along this pinky side, this medial side of the arm, the digiti minimi, to name it anatomically, that is going to be your ulnar. If it's going along the lateral side, the thumb side, that is going to be the radial artery or vein. So we can see it for that. We can see for our veins, the radial vein along those radial and thumb sides. The other one to note here is the median cubital vein. So the cubital space is the front of your elbow. That's what the front of your elbow is called, as a cubit. And so the antecubital space. And so this vein that's crossing through here and some of its little branches that you can see off, those are the median cubital veins. You'll also hear it called the AC vein, the antecubital vein. That's a common one for it. When you look at the inner side of your elbow, that's usually the prominent vein that you see. It's commonly the one they're going to use for blood drawing, to draw blood from. So that's your median cubital vein. So just, again, those were kind of the three things that I saw for the vessels that I wanted to clear up. All right, reach out if you have any questions.